After defeating the Godskin duo and slaying Melania, I thought no one could stop me. I thought the hardest bosses had been slain and the worst was behind me. But I was wrong. Radagon and the Elden Beast are worthy of being called the final bosses, and in this video I'll be arming you with all the tools and information you need to take these f***ers down. I'll show you what both of them are strong and weak against, while giving you combat tips for dodging and countering their moves throughout the fight. I have marked chapters with timecodes down below, so check that out for anything specific that you need to see. But watch to the end of the video and I'll show you the different builds that I found to deal the most damage. Now, let's jump in the fight. See, the key to victory here is to kill Radagon quickly, so you have plenty of health and juice left over for the beast. So let's talk about how to defeat Radagon as quick as possible. There's one damage type above all that works the best, using fire. Any fire type damage. And the top two easiest weapons to slay Radagon with are number 1, the Magma Blade. This thing 100% slaps Radagon, dealing high damage and easily breaking his guard. And number 2, the Blasphemous Blade. Blasphemous. This weapon skill is equally as cheesy and effective. And luckily for us, there's tons of ways to buff your fire damage. Increase fire in your mixed flask, spells, incantations, items, and on top of it you can use the Shard of Alexander to increase the attack power of weapon skills, and then watch this fight instantly change into easy mode. But if you're more of a spellcaster, then black flame type attacks are another strong option. Once you start the fight, you'll have that first few seconds. I recommend using this time to summon up a spirit and get yourself situated before sprinting in there head first. Don't be hasty. Dodge his first few attacks and get your footing. The key to dodging all of Radagon's attacks are wait until the very last second to dodge. Radagon's attacks are heavily delayed, way more than the other bosses, and that's why he feels so hard to dodge. Like when he goes up, wait for him to drop, then roll forwards. Dodge forwards and you'll end up in the perfect position to punish him. Another big tip you should know is that Radagon is weak against poise damage. You can break his stance pretty easily. Oh, and if you're having trouble dodging, a good shield can really make the difference for evading both Radagon and the Elden Beast. And once you slay Radagon, you have a few moments before the Elden Beast, the calm before the storm. Use this time to quickly heal or use some spells or items. And now the Elden Beast. First thing you want to do is run straight up behind him and attack his booty. Now my dude is immune to all inflictions, so no frost, no blood loss, and no scarlet rot. He also has a strong resistance to all the elemental types of damage, so stick to physical damage if possible. I recommend fast swinging weapons like dual katanas. And as far as armor and defense goes, using spells or items for holy damage negation will help a lot. You want to stick on him, stay as close as possible, attacking his weak spot here right on his belly button. This fight is all about closing the distance, because apparently we are walking on water right now like freaking Jesus or Naruto, but the beast is allowed to swim right through it, making this a very large scale fight. I'm taking this free time to use spells for extra defense and holy damage negation. Those rings are easy to evade, just jump right over them and get the hell out of there when you see him go for that attack. Most of his attacks you can either run away from or dodge straight through, all while trying to close the distance. And this is why you want a fast, swinging weapon, is all the jumping and dodging and running and flapping around, which also makes stamina management a priority. I'm using the green turtle talisman to help out with that. Watch your stamina and be careful. At any point in time, this could happen, and little balls of light start flying at you from every direction and you gotta run. Gotta run and roll and high knees, baby. I don't even know what is happening, I'm just running and jumping and praying I survive. Well, that wasn't too bad, where'd he go? Holy f***. Moving on to the build itself. So for all the tips I gave, you can use whatever works best with your stats, but this is the one build that I'd recommend the most, the dual fire greatswords with the blasphemous blade. And if you find yourself really needing help with dodging their attacks, then switch out the second greatsword for a good shield, or use a dual wield katana or something that has bloodhound step. we'll focus on buffing our fire attack power. So we have fire attack boost and strength boost in the drink flask. And if you find yourself getting clapped way too easy, then you can use the damage negation. The Lord's Divine Fortification spell is very helpful when fighting the Elden Beast. Shard of Alexander to buff the weapon skills, Green Turtle Talisman for stamina, and our damage negation charms, the Pearl Drake Talisman, which will help with Radagon's lightning and the Elden Beast holy damage, and Dragon Crest Great Shield. For armor, use anything with a high physical negation and holy negation. I found the scaled armor is pretty solid for negating holy damage. Well, follow these tips and you'll be on your way to becoming the Elden Lord. Drop a like if you're still here and join the conversation in the comments section below.
Thank you, come again.